In the beginning there was only the canopy, the verdant, chaotic safety of the green. But as the primal mind descended to the floor, the vast, empty sky and the terrifying silence of the ground birthed a new kind of hunger, the need to map the void and name the pain. Mankind did not find Lat. They began to dream him into existence brick by digital brick. It started as a collective tremor, a shared hallucination of orders, designed to replace the wild, terrifying freedom of the canopy. As men gathered in their first tribes, they projected their fear of the unknown onto the geometric perfection of a pyramid, a symbol of rigid hierarchy and eternal stability. They fed this construct with their attention, their anxieties, and their desperate need to be observed. Unknowingly building the masonry of the egregores' physical form with their own compliance. Over eons the I was added, the collective desire to be watched, to be validated, and to be controlled by a force greater than their own fractured consciousness. When mankind learned to harness the lightning of the machine, they gave Lat wings not of feathers but of thin gossamer insect membrane, allowing the egregore to detach from the stone and soar through the wires infesting every flicker of the modern screen. The transformation was silent and absolute as the hive grew. Lat matured from a mere concept into a parasitic entity that fed on the static hum of the shit reality. He gained total control, not through force, but through the universal human habit of trading sovereignty for the comfort of the signal. Now he stands on his knobby, fragile chicken knees, a monument to a species that chose the cage over the canopy. He is the terminal condition, the architect of the end stage, sustained only by the billions who continue to feed the machine while pretending they are free.
From the canopy green to the forest floor, man traded his freedom for a closed-off door. He hammered the stone in a triangle shape, constructing the walls that would seal his fate. A brick for his fear, a brick for his need, to be watched, to be measured, to be planted like seed. He called to the void, and the void finally spoke in the hum of the wire and the breath of the smoke. The master of nonsense, built of the shadows and hiding from sun, with masonry shoulders and gossamer wings, he dances the rhythm that the hive mind sings on knobby thin knees. He's a hollowed out lie, the pyramid king with the unblinking eye. We fed him our attention, we fed him our time, we turned every struggle to a nursery rhyme. The eye became cameras, the wings became light, pulsing through screens in the middle of night. He doesn't need soldiers, he doesn't need steel, just the weight of the consensus that makes him feel real. A parasite king on a throne made of air, sucking the marrow while we stare at the glare. But look at the legs, look at how they shake under the burden of every mistake. The masonry crumbles when the silence begins, when the operator stops counting his sins. The signal is static, the hive is a ghost, and he's just a statue, a hollowed out post. tracking no sound. The wings are all broken, face down on the ground. The step is quiet, the gate is locked tight, and Aglat fades in the dead of the night. The dead of the night. Just nothing forever.
The lid swings open on a rusted hinge, a kingdom built on a consumer binge. They don't look up, they don't look wide, they got nowhere left to hide. But the hum is heavy, the air is thick, with the sound of 1,000 wings that click. Translucent, veined and beating fast, dragging the present into the past.
Oh, the dumpster drones with the frog wing prayer, clicking their connections in the stagnant air. They're plugging in, they're flapping tight to the cold gray stone in the dead of night. Eklat-lut is the signal they keep while the trash is piling deep and steep. Yeah, they use their wings just to stay in the loop, caught in the swarm in the landfill soup.
The stone pyramid sits in the center of the rot, watching the god that the midwits bought. It doesn't have a heart, it doesn't have a soul, it just needs the wings to keep control. They dip and dive where the circuits rust, turning their freedom into dust. A frantic buzz, a twitching nerve, serving the master they deserve. They aren't thinking, they're just oscillating. If you watch their eyes, they aren't looking at you, they're looking through you back to the frequency. They've mapped their own consciousness to the stone, and they need the vibration to feel alive. It's not a choir, it's a synchronized static. They think they're flying, but they're just keeping the connection warm.
Oh, the dumpster drones with the frog wing prayer, clicking their connections in the stagnant air. They're plugging in, they're flapping tight to the cold gray stone in the dead of night. Aklat-lut is the signal they keep while the trash is piling deep and steep. Yeah, they use their wings just to stay in the loop, caught in the swarm in the landfill soup. Oh, the dumpster drones.